City Council. So, firstly, I would like to thank Larry Robin, Neighborhood Safety Watch leader from the Waddell, Saratoga, for coming down for the swearing in. So, thank you, Larry. Really appreciate it. And I'm quite thrilled and very humbled to get the support of almost 10,000 Saratogans in this last election. Thank you so much for trusting in me. Thank you. I'm going to start with a verse from the Bhagavad Gita, which essentially talks about becoming stable like an ocean. And I'll read that for you. It goes like this. It's in Sanskrit. Apurya manam achala pratishtam samudra apaha pravishanti yadvat tadvat kama yam pravishanti sarve sa shantim apnoti na kama kami. What does that mean? So just as the oceans remains undisturbed by the flow of waters from rivers merging into it, likewise the sage or the Rishi, who is unmoved despite the flow of desirable objects all around him or her, attains peace, and not the person who strives to satisfy desires. So what is the interpretation? Reject the thoughts that distract you from your goal. Discard the temptations and the desire that stop you from reaching your ultimate goal. Learn to choose. Do not let your mind control your life. Take control. Do not fulfill every desire, but go after those which are focused, and that will help the ultimate goal in life. That was the essence of this. And this is how we try to function over the last 4 years on the City Council. Juggling the pressures of the family, a high-pressure tech job, a City Council, and all the other community activities that we engage into. And everything we do, we try to have a results-driven agenda. Do good, put the community before the self, but at the same time, always have a good time. And that comes from my parents who are watching this live streaming. They instill the value of resilience, hard work, ethical behavior, focus, and to always stay on the path of positive work, no matter what was happening, no matter what happens on the outside. Stay steady, continue to push, and move forward, and do good. And how about my dear wife, Seema? Anything good that happens at home, my good friends, amigos, dost, mitra, they automatically give her the credit. And that is telling. And my boys, two of my boys are not here, they stay detached from all the crazy activities that I seemingly churn. But they always were willing to help out. They were writing code these last 4 years. Even during the campaign, they were writing some Python code to help out. And they were always willing to help out in whatever we asked. The last 4 years put some pressures, and Seema and the whole family stepped up. And without them, it would not have been possible to do what we attempted to do in Saratoga. And 4 years back at the swearing in, I remembered Susie Nagpal, Susie Subhashri Nagpal, an inspirational figure of Saratoga who will forever be missed, a life cut short. But she has left her ideologies behind that I've taken to heart with how we function. I would also like to call out my campaign manager, Steve Klein, who's not here, but I call him Krishna, the charioteer from Mahabharata. He would always keep me straight on path and just kept me very much in line. And it would be remiss of me to not talk about the campaign that we executed in this last election. We had an aspiration to knock on every single door of Saratoga, almost 10,000 doors. And initially when we talked about it, we said that's impossible. It'll be very hard because we have some hilly terrain. But you know what? We did it 2 weeks ahead of time. 2 weeks ahead of time. 2 weeks before the election. And that was very energizing for our whole team. Campaign trails are character building. Simply stated, the reason we did what we did over the last 4 years on the City Council is because of what we learned from the campaign trail of 4 years back. The dialogue builds the fortitude to not shy away from taking on the tough challenges. And who helped us out on the campaign trail? More than 140 people from Saratoga and from all parts of Silicon Valley who came in and who did the very hard job of going out and meeting Saratogans at the front door and having conversations with them. It's very hard. It's very hard to do that. And more than 60 who made phone calls in basically talking about our positive message of what we would like to do and what we have done for Saratoga. And more than 200 who felt our campaign was worthy and who made campaign contributions. A fundamental messaging of our campaign was making Saratoga safer and dropping crime. And my special thanks to all the neighborhood safety captains, the block captains and neighborhood leaders from more than 70 neighborhoods for their leadership in making Saratoga safer. I've been very appreciative of their support and also all these neighborhoods for basically guiding me, for helping me, and making sure that we stayed on path with everything that we were trying to do. Thank you, thank you, and thank you. So during my first term as your council member, I reminded myself that I serve your interest. I purposefully focused my efforts with a citizen-centric vision, responsiveness, and results-driven behavior to impact the toughest challenges. And in Saratoga, we are a socially vibrant, connected community. And going forward for the next 4 years, we would love to keep it that way with simple, prudent choices that will ensure a fabulous future for every Saratoga family. I promise you, I will always do the right thing in representing you and Saratoga. I'm very thankful to you for the privilege of serving Saratoga, and through my diligent service, I will express my thanks in impactful ways. I will continue to build upon the proven track of good, honest, and collaborative city governance. Been an involved, committed, dedicated advocate of every resident of Saratoga. Please know that I hold your faith and trust very dearly. There is a lot of work to be done to address our immediate local challenges. Fire has become a big topic for us. You know what? I will continue to be very responsive to all your concerns and requests, and above all, keep Saratoga amazing by protecting the interest of each and every one of you. Rest assured, when I see something erupting as a big Saratoga challenge, I will be the first one to step up and take action. Thank you, and I'm super excited about working with our council members, and especially Yan, over the next 4 years. Yes, we will continue getting things done. There is no other way. I would like to leave you with a quote from number 35. Life is never easy. There is work to be done and obligations to be met. Obligations to truth, to justice, and to liberty. John F. Kennedy. Thank you. Thank you all.